Hello there, my very good friends. AEW Full Gear 2023 is tomorrow. We're going to predict it today, and we're going to start with the 0 hour buy-in, 0 buy pre-show.
I don't know what they call it anymore.
Yeah, they should stop changing it, man. It's really confusing. But we've only got one match on this pre-show announced so far. It's MJF and a mystery partner defending the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships against the Guns. And I think it seems pretty cut and dry who that mystery partner is going to be. Obviously, Samoa Joe has been offering his services in exchange for a future shot at the AEW World Championship. He wants another go around after losing at Grand Slam. I think the Maxwell Jacob Friedman is going to have no choice but to accept the services of Mr. Samoa Joe, and I think they're going to successfully defend.
I agree. I think the Guns are slightly better than the Righteous, so he's going to need a partner for this, and he's finally going to cave in. Maybe he's going to do it beforehand on Collision or Rampage or whatever, and accept Joe's offer, and of course they will retain, and subsequently Joe will potentially challenge whoever the world champion is, no spoilers, but MJF, for the world title further down the road. On the main card, though, Andy, first match we're going to preview is the TBS title match. It is the champion, Chris Statlander, versus the corrupted Julia Hart and the semi-corrupted Sky Blue. Tough one to call this. I'd assume a Statlander retention, but maybe Julia Hart to make things interesting. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with.
There you go. They've been doing the whole... It's a multi-part story, this, as well, because you've also got Willow Nightingale involved.
Of course.
She has been part of the corruption. There you go. She's resisted it a little bit more, but Sky Blue has now resisted it completely. So, hey, look, I'm with you. Julia Hart's winning this. I think she's one of the most improved wrestlers in the entire company.
And I think it frees up Statlander for a world title.
100%.
Down the road.
100%. After that, we're going to roll on into a match featuring Julia's stablemates in House of Black. We're going on to the four-way for the World Tag Team Championships. Big Bill and Ricky Starks defending against La Facción Ingobernable.
I'm so glad you've got to pronounce that one.
Yeah, I've probably done a terrible job. Let me know in the comments below of Rush and Realistico versus FTR versus the Kings of the Black Throne, which is Malachi Black and Brody King. For me, this seems to be a Ricky and Bill successful defense, because I do think that they want to do a regular 2-on-2 between them and FTR after the way they won the belts.
Yes, I was going to say long term you're putting the belts on FTR so they can have another match with the heel Young Bucks, one would assume. Not again to spoil my predictions for later on. But yeah, I feel like LFI, sorry guys, are in there to take the pinfall. Maybe not Roosh, but you know.
Realistico, 100%.
And yeah, Big Bill and Ricky Starks are going to be gits who probably steal it at the last second away from either the Kings of the Black Throne or FTR. Let's talk about the six-man. It is Sting Darby and Adam Copeland. Where the hell's he been recently? Versus Christian, Nick Wayne and Luchasaurus. You can't have Adam Copeland lose his first big pay-per-view match, can you?
It'd be quite funny if he did, when they took the pin and everything, maybe tapped out to like a headlock or something like that.
From Nick Wayne.
Yeah. I mean, it would be quite funny. He's going to pin Nick Wayne in this match, isn't he? Or maybe Sting will, because he's on his kind of retirement tour at this stage. But yeah, I think the baby faces are for sure winning here. Christian and his gang of assholes are tremendous, but they're here to lose, good sir.
Yes, Nick Wayne, it feels like the weakest link in that. It makes sense, and I like the idea of Christian looking at his adopted son afterwards. But yeah, probably Adam Copeland getting the pin, because it's Adam Copeland and you want to stretch that out to set up him versus Christian down the road, perhaps. But yeah, this is one of the matches I'm most confident on the result.
Yeah, I don't think this is in much doubt. We've not disagreed so far. Let's see if we can get through the whole video. Let us know down below your predictions for the show as well, particularly when we get to the main event. I think that could be quite a fun one. Let's move over to our next match. It's Jan Adam Moxley challenging for the International Championship.
You know what? Not that one.
He's a wrestling Maurice, apparently. For the International Championship, the rematch. Here we are. Orange Cassidy, Jan Moxley.
I don't know. I'm intrigued to see who you've got for this one.
Yeah, so Dynamite was quite interesting this week. Jon Moxley ate the orange punch. He just ate the orange punch, no-sold it, and then kicked Orange Cassidy in the face. It was very fun, very entertaining. I think they are going to go back to Moxley.
Okay.
I think that they're going to go back to whatever plan they had for this gentleman before he got injured, before he got the concussion, and they're going to revert that. I think this has been a fun diversion, going back to Orange. He's a perfect guy to go back to, greatest champion in the history of the belt, which is 2 people, pretty much, 3 people. But yeah, what do you think?
I'm going to keep it interesting. I'm going to say Orange Cassidy, maybe with some heelish tendencies.
Yeah.
I think, he's going to have to hit a few orange punches to win this one. Maybe that's the reason why he switches, not full heel perhaps, but maybe he cuts a corner to retain, I believe. Like you say, there's been so many complications with this title and him dropping it to Phoenix with the concussion and then Orange Cassidy winning it off him. But they were always going to circle back to Moxley versus Orange Cassidy, I feel. And I just think Orange Cassidy maybe leaves with this. I'm trying to work this out, actually. How many heels have I put titles on in my predictions? Is it going to be all bad dudes and then MJF, the only pure person at the top, perhaps? We'll see.
The only true babyface.
Another match that I can't call, though, alongside Orange Cassidy versus Jon Moxley. And I was so confident on this one about, a time of recording 24 hours ago. Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Page, Texas Death. I've not been quiet about my feelings towards Hangman Page recently, and then he just rediscovered it all on the Dynamite before Full Gear.
Got his fire back.
And I suddenly went from, Swerve's definitely winning this then, to not so sure, but I'm going to stick with Swerve. I think there's maybe a story to be told that Hangman Page's emotions get the better of him, and when he could have probably had the match won, he takes it one step too far, and that costs him.
Yeah.
But it's gone from 100% Swerve wins to kind of 50-50 now.
Down the line, I think Hangman Page is going to win this match. I think they're going to go, unless we end up doing round 3 of this, which I would be on board with, because the first one was exceptional, and I imagine this will be just as good with the weapons and everything else. I'm going with Hangman on this. I think that they are going to have the villain. The classic pro wrestling story, the villain loses in the end, especially after they've gone to such lengths as the home invasion and stuff like that. If Swerve won the feud, it would be a bit mean. However, I do think that Swerve is a future world champion in this company, and I think if they do want to do this match again in the future, Swerve should win.
There's definitely an argument to be made for Hangman Page, i.e. you kind of do need to still build up a babyface challenger for the world title, despite the fact you've got all these heels queuing up to face MJF. So if he eventually does drop it, you need someone better, good, to face the baddies that have inevitably taken the title off him. But I'm going to stick with Swerve. In fact, I'm going to go one step further. I'm going to say Hangman Page's child costs him.
That would be unforeseen.
Comes out in the Swerve gear that Swerve gave him.
Let us know your favourite moments of babies interfering in death matches down below. We're going to move on to our next match on the show. After all of that, Prince Gaga.
Brilliant.
There you go. Golden Jets and the Young Bucks.
Look at that.
There they are, fine gentlemen. I've messed up the framing on that a little bit, but hey, it's okay. We are going to have a fine sporting competition, at least 50%, because the Young Bucks hate Chris Jericho. The tag team title shot that the Young Bucks already have in the bank is on the line here, so whoever wins this will get the shot at whoever wins the...
Eventually.
Yeah, one of these days.
How many other people have had tag title shots in the interim?
Yeah, this is it. They've been holding on to it for about 9 months.
Money in the bank, lads.
Yeah, come on, chaps. But yeah, they've been building this on TV. It's another one of those. The Young Bucks love these. Oh, why don't my friends like me? And they love those storylines. And this is one of those. I've used a mocking tone there because it's funny. I don't actually think it sucks or anything like that. Who have you got? Because I've got the Golden Jets, baby.
Oh, disagreeing again. Woo! I am going to go with the Young Bucks. They've just turned heel. Whether or not Kenny Omega goes to the dark side with them, I'm not too sure. But I think you don't have the Young Bucks turn heel to just immediately lose.
It'd be funny, though.
And you have to disband the Golden Jets and what have you. That frees up Kenny Omega to do more awesome single stuff. And I just much prefer the Young Bucks as heels, if I'm perfectly honest. And again, another member of the Elite that had kind of lost their way and then rediscovered their form perfectly on the Full Gear Go Home show. So yeah, I think it's going to be a contender for match of the night. But I'm going to go the Bucks.
Nice.
Right, let's move on to the Women's World Title match. It is Hikaru Shida defending against Timeless and Black and White Tony Storm. Who you got?
Tony Storm, baby.
Yep.
I think they're going to ride the wave. They're going to ride the wave of popularity that she's enjoying at the moment, and I think that will lead to them putting the belt on her, because she's extremely over right now, and like they're doing all kinds of wild, wacky stuff, creative stuff. They're turning the camera black and white when Luther opens doors, stuff like that. Do I think they should put the belt on Tony Storm? I don't. I think they should put Shida over here, and that she should have a more substantial reign, particularly after the one leading into All In.
And they've been hot potato in this title for a while, haven't they?
They have indeed, and I think it's a really good opportunity as well to tell two big stories at once, right? Tony over here doing her thing if she loses, her and Mariah May doing stuff with Luther, and then Shida facing her next rival. I think that's a little bit more interesting. Tony Khan not so good at booking simultaneous programs, so I think Tony's going to win.
Mayday! 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 Mariah May is going to help Timeless Tony Storm win the Women's World title, in my opinion. They've laid it all out. She literally said on Dynamite, if I can help you with anything, just let me know. I think that's going to lead to May interference. There is no argument to be made, again, that I'm booking more interference alongside Hangman Page's child. There is an argument to say that Mariah May tries to help and accidentally cost Timeless Tony Storm, but I think you're right. I think they're going to go, Timeless Tony Storm's the biggest person in the women's division in the company right now. As a result of that, let's put the title on her, and you can have the storyline of Mariah May, fawning over the movie star while simultaneously eyeing up that belt maybe on her shoulder down the road. And we're not going to speculate, I should say, because it could factor in at any point during this show. We aren't going to speculate as to who the mystery signing is on this show, because you've got a list all about that.
We do indeed. Check that out. It went up yesterday evening. Whole 10 options for the mystery signing. AEW, you can check that one out. After this one, of course, we're going to talk about the main event now, folks.
Yes.
MJF and Switchblade Jay White for the big one, for the AEW World Championship. Jay White has obviously had the Triple B.
Yes, he's bringing the title into Full Gear.
He stole it about 2 months ago, to the extent that Kenny Omega and MJF had the world title match the other week with no belt.
That did, yeah.
That's crazy. But yes, this is going to go top. I think it's probably going to be a 40-45 minute epic.
Yeah.
I think that's the layout they're going to go with this one. We've not quite seen that from Jay White in a singles match in AEW yet, but that was his hallmark in New Japan, and I think that's what they're going to go for here. But unfortunately, I don't think the outcome's in any doubt here.
No.
I think MJF is quite clearly winning this. I don't think they've quite done enough to sow seeds of doubt in Jay White overcoming him here. I think they could have. Like the tag match they had the other week where MJF got pinned.
Yeah.
And all of that. Did he get pinned, or am I misremembering that?
Yeah, I believe so.
He lost. He lost, even if he didn't. If that hadn't been followed up by making the scissoring more important, I think that they could have maybe built a bit more doubt. But I do think it'll be an excellent match, and I think MJF will retain.
Yeah, you and the rest of the boys have educated me on how much Jay White's played spoiler in New Japan and been like, wait a second, what? He's won the world title? And I think they will factor in. I think there will be a near fall that I buy in this match. I think there will be maybe a shot from Juice Robinson with the fake ring straight into a Blade Runner for a nice 2 count. But yeah, I don't see MJF losing this world title. Maybe they do that once and then they try and do it again, and Samoa Joe comes out and is like, nah, I've got my shot at this world title.
It's my goal, Chief.
And you close the show with Joe being like, I've helped you this time, but there's me and there's Wardlow and there's a million other people and there's the devil factoring into it. MJF retains, but yeah, fingers crossed that despite the iffy build to this, they have a real classic of a match, and I just think MJF holding the world title into World's End makes the most sense.
And afterwards we will have the big reveal of the devil as Bill Gates.
Tony Khan, of course.
Yes. Thanks for joining us today. Check out this video. We'll see you later. Enjoy the pay-per-view. Bye.
Bye.